This is what could only be called an absolutely glorious day. It's morning, maybe 9 something ish, and it's so pretty out. There's crispness in the air. There's a cool crispness. It's supposed to be 80 something later on, but this time of day, oh, it is just so beautiful. It is it's just lovely. It kind of takes my breath away, and believe it or not, kind of takes words from me. I can't even find the words. Me, Miss Wordy Mouth, who just yaps about everything all the time. Um, the dogs are out. You might hear them bark. They're happy to be out because it's pretty and they're feeling spunky. But what I wanted to talk to you about today was death. Um, and not only death as beings as no longer having life or breath, but death of self and death of relationships, because it's all about the same thing, and that's loss, something taken away from us. I think divorce, I think the end of a relationship, and certainly the end of life, they have a commonality, and that's loss. And that loss, what we sometimes I think maybe forget is that loss is of ourself, because we in a relationship we are an us. We are us. I was Julie and Bill, Bill and Julie. No space between us. Um, and I think uh, a year after Bill died, almost 2 years after Bill died, excuse me, almost 2 years, I realized that loss of myself, because I kept being Julie and Bill, Bill and Julie, without Bill. And until, unless and until you can face that loss of self, which is really, really hard, because it's who it's who I was for so long. Until you can face that, you, for me, I was not living in reality. I was not living in truth. And so, for those of you going through divorce or going through the end of a relationship, um, I want to warn you of that. I want to warn you, because it's something, we don't, I don't know if we identify that, but there is, I think, a necessary mourning of loss, the mourning of who you were, because part of that being, at the end of a divorce and at acceptance of divorce and acceptance of the end of a relationship, um, there's loss of self, because you're no longer that being. That's been taken away from you, whether from your choice or not. It's ended, and unless and until you can face and recognize that loss, that you will never ever be the same, because now it's just you. And change is scary. Change is scary. We tend to want to do the same thing, right or wrong, good or bad, real or false, um, because it's the easiest thing to do. It's what we know. And we tend to, again, go in those rivers of um, habit. And so I believe that's the hard part we feel in death, divorce, end of relationships, loss. I think that's the hard part, because we're basically just beings in grown-up clothes, and we're basically just little kids. We're just basically all trying to figure out our way in life. And what's so sad about loss, and what's so hard about it, is we are losing ourself. We are losing who we thought we were. I think it's maybe the same for mothers and daddies, maybe too. When their kids leave, I heard it called empty nest syndrome, um, because you're starting to let go of part of who you were. Your child is leaving and becoming a grown up, and I think that's hard too, especially if much of your identity is wrapped up in being a parent. I think being a really, really good parent is preparing your children, soon to be adult children, for life on their own, to be independent. I think that's being a really good parent. Um, and let me just say this. You know, I think I I think our true genuine self, our being that God made, is very independent. I think that's what makes us whole. And this is going to sound very odd, I think. I don't know if people will understand this, but um, until if you're dependent on someone else or something else, or a beautiful day like today for your happiness, that can always be taken away. That can always be taken away. I think unless and until you can feel love for yourself and be whole on your own with no dependency on anyone or anything else, I don't know that you're being your genuine self. And let me back up. For me only, I for me to be my genuine self, I have to rely on being whole by myself. And that's a hard deal because it's just me. It's just me. And there's faith involved, and that's what gets you through. That's what gets me through. But that independence can't be taken away. So that independence of spirit. I mean, I could wake up tomorrow and not be able to walk, and I would have lost some independence because I would need help. I might need the wheels of a wheelchair or something, or MS. I have MS, by the way. It's kind of a sticky wicket. It can just do anything. It can take independence of body away, but I don't. I I have faith that it can't take away my independence of spirit and mind. I think it probably could because it can kind of do anything it dang well pleases. Um, but but I have so much strength and so much power in knowing that I am a complete and whole being now. I I feel this quest for my genuine self is is not nearing an end because I think it's a continual journey to find your genuine self. And in finding that genuine self, there is a wholeness and strength that is really hard for me to explain because it's a feeling, it's a comfort, it's a wholeness, and in that being of genuine self. And what, by the way, what that genuine self is love and truth. It's love and truth. It's how we were meant to be. The gift we were given. And in that genuine self, you build emotional muscle, and loss becomes um, tolerable. I'll just say tolerable. Um, so I started yapping to you about this beautiful day and about loss, and that being the death of an individual, a death of a relationship, a death uh, caused by divorce. And I guess what I so much wish you to know and so much wish you to accept is that you're never given too much. I hold that truth in my heart and soul. I don't think loving God, and if you don't believe in God, if whatever your superpower is, that guides you. If it's yourself, great. So you would never set yourself up for a situation that's too great for you to handle. But why would you? That'd be crazy. That'd just be craziness. So whatever your belief is, and that's on you. That's all up to you. I don't judge anybody. I would think we're free to believe. Thankfully, hopefully, still in the United States of America, we're free to believe what we want to believe. And I'm not here to judge you one bit or convert you to anything. I hope you know you have within you that whatever comes your way today and tomorrow and the next day, it's never too much, ever too much. So in dealing with loss, you are building emotional strength to steady yourself for other days. And you will, just like lifting weights, you will build emotional muscle getting through a difficult time, and you will do it. You will get through it. It's of my opinion, and only my opinion for me, that I don't edit those feelings. I don't medicate those feelings. I don't hide from those feelings. That's for me. Now, I must say, I believe I've built a lot of emotional muscle. I feel strength within me that I didn't know I had. And only having been pushed to survive something I did not want to survive was I able to build that muscle, and I continue to build that muscle. I am a mighty oak. I mean, I feel so strong. Um, I just feel so strong, and I have such conviction because I've proven to myself, I've proven I can survive what I thought I didn't want to survive, and I was supposed to survive it. It would have been the chicken way out. It would have been of my weakness to not choose life. But if you wake up this morning, your life is still in the making, and you will not be given too much to handle. I just wish so much people knew that and had that conviction. For me, that is an undeniable truth. We're never given too much, ever, ever, ever. So if you're dealing with whatever you're dealing with today, because that's what life is. It's about dealing with what comes your way. And I don't think, I've said before, I don't think there are accidents or coincidences. I think things are put in your way for you to learn life lessons that you are here to learn. And today, give it a go. Flex your emotional muscles, build those emotional muscles, and know you will get through this. And here's the key. Here's the key. Write this one down. You must love and respect yourself. You must know when you look in the mirror, that's your very, very best friend, and that's your best ally in this world to get through everything and anything. And you have it within you to do that. So I hope you have a glorious day. I hope you flex your emotional muscles and build those muscles to a strength that you know you can withstand and will withstand anything and everything that comes your way. Thank you for listening. I love you, and goodbye.